And good morning, and good morning, and good morning, and good morning. I am late. My apologies for being late. I am still working on shredding and all the other stuff. I cannot wait till this apartment thing is behind me. And then I have to run to the management office in a minute after I finish with you all. But it is a beautiful day in New York. The sun is out. It's going to go up to in the 70s today. By the end of the week, it's going to be in the 90s. Whoa, New York City. Summer is coming this week. How are you all doing? It's so good to see you all in here and waiting and being patient with me as I continue to take this house apart. Okay, let's say hello. Hannah says, good morning, Ron and Touch Base Daily family. And the silver goes to Miss G.R. Houston Jack. She says, good morning at CVS. From CVS, I guess. And she goes, about to run mother around, so I'll be in and out on the conversation. And I see some more love. Hey, Anthony gets the bronze this morning. And he says, good morning. Good morning. Jazzy's in the building. She says, good morning, beautiful people. Lisa says, good morning, everyone. And Kimmy Kim says, hi, everyone. And I see hi all. And Kellya's in the building. Make sure you hit the likes also. If you're in the building, make sure you hit the likes. And Kelly says, good morning, everyone. And yes, I am late. Dr. Tachi's in the building. Yes. Dr. Tachi, I thought about you this morning when I was spooning out my honey. I said, oh, I went out. I said, what's that? How Dr. Tachi doing this morning? And that's the beauty of when you have things that symbolize people in your life or something that they have or that they do, and you happen to come across it. And then you're like, okay, yeah, how's that person doing? But you want to hear the crazy part. Again, like I said, I've been going through my file cabinet and going through all of this paperwork and shredding. The shredding bag is here. The shred bag is here. And the big shredder bag is here. And the machine is on the side. This move will be successful. And hey, Jamel's in the building. Hey, Jamel Shabazz is in the building. Grand Rising, all he says. He's a man on the move. He's a man on the move. But yeah, so I've been shredding all day yesterday. I'm wearing my mask. I'm wearing my mask so that way the dust doesn't get into my sinuses and my lungs. And but you want to hear what I came across? I don't even know if I should share it with you. Maybe. It was my report cards from when I was in first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade. All of my report cards and how they analyzed me as a child. They were pretty correct on a lot of the stuff. A lot of my teachers were really pretty accurate. And they would say he is a nice, polite young man. And he is smart. He is, but then they said he can lose his attention to things, meaning he'd be easily distracted. And they go on. So I went through all these report cards and got my birth certificate all squared away. I wanted to now scan everything since I'm doing this whole ritual of refiling everything and put them in the file box and getting rid of my file cabinets today. My bike is leaving me today. My other bike is going in the shop, and the contractors will be here probably tomorrow. I'll be talking to them later on. And I went through can you believe this? I don't know how my mother's report card got in my bag, in my files, but I was looking at my mother's report card, her senior year. I was like, well, she wasn't as sharp as I thought she was. No, she had 2 C's on her report card. And I was like, wait a minute. My mother had a C. So I don't know how her report card, her high school report card, ended up in my file. I have no idea how it got there. But I have to tell you, this has been a laborious and most intriguing season to go over all of these letters. And I saw my selective service stuff, and when I signed up for the draft, because I was the last of signing up for the draft, that generation. And man, so I'm supposed to be continuing to shred, but I got so taken away by by all the stuff. And then I saw Adrian's his driving school, like, green little card. I said, I don't know how these things these little random cards got put into the important folder. And I was like, this is so funny. I got my mother. Then I found my sister's report cards in my folder. I said, how did these people get this? How did I end up putting their stuff in my folder? And I know my sister's probably one day going to say, where's my report cards? No, she probably won't. But I have, it was so much stuff. And like yesterday, I got to sharing with you I was sharing with you last night, is that I came across photos from 9/11 that I took, that I didn't even know I took. I didn't even know I took those pictures. And then I realized I've been doing photography longer than I thought. And so Bryson says, what's up, Ron? What's up, RLP fam? What's up, RLP fam? What's up, everybody? Happy Pride Month. Happy Money Making Monday. We in the new month. We in the new week. Yes, we are, Bryson. And Dr. Sutton says, yeah, you better be taking that collagen. You know what? That collagen, I think I just started taking it last week. It was last Monday. And but what was so crazy is that I slept wrong. I slept wrong on Saturday, woke up, and I must have pulled out my meniscus or something overnight. Like I must have slept my leg, or I heard it in my sleep going pop. But so now I'm having a hard time walking. I was like, this cannot be happening. So I'm hoping, my friend says, my friend, she came by yesterday, we were hanging out. She says, Ron, stretch it. Just keep stretching your knee. So I got to stretch more. But yes, the collagen is going to be working. I think it's working. Like, I think that you can't really see until about 2 or 3 weeks out. So, but thank you, Dr. Tachi, for looking out for a brother, looking out for me as always. And Lisa says, I started coconut pulling yesterday. I did 2 minutes yesterday, bumped it up to 4 minutes today, working my way to 10. Anyone pull? If so, how did it work for you? Now, what is coconut pulling? What is coconut pulling? Please, someone enlighten me, Lisa. What is coconut pulling? And Kimmy says memories. Man, the memories. Well, you know what? It's Monday, and we're just hanging out. This is just family time, right? Right? This is just family time. So hold on a second. Oh, this is my little box. Okay, my little box here. Okay, I had to bring the box over, and I have to share some stuff. Okay. So, what was really cool is that like I was able to pop in here and look at some of this stuff. Like, yeah, like, see, there's my report card. My little report card. Then all the little comments on the back. And I said, these report cards are pretty interesting. Ronald can do good work with help. He has shown a great deal of interest in reading. Then another one, attendance and punctuality. Good. How you can help your child by one, encouraging him to read at home. I mean, this is the and I didn't understand why these report cards were so long, like these little letters. I was like, what happened to the 8x10s, 8x11s? I mean, Miss Newman, she was amazing. I forgot all about Miss Newman. And then I read her remarks, and I said, they're called these progress reports. Progress reports. This is in the 3rd grade. Can you believe that? 3rd grade. I still look. It's in pretty good condition. It's in pretty good condition. I know y'all probably say Ron has lost it. He has lost his marbles. Dr. Taji says, coconut oil pulling is swishing coconut oil around in your mouth for up to 10 minutes to pull out bacteria and impurities. It's an Ayurvedic practice. I've been doing it for several months now. Really? Coconut oil. Okay. Oh, maybe I should be trying that. Oh, that sounds interesting. Okay. That's something healthy. Elise is in the building. I see Elise. Elise is in the building. And she just, and here's Lisa says, Hannah, you put a small spoonful of coconut oil in your mouth. Do not swallow, and swish it around in your mouth. It clears out the bacteria and helps your teeth. Don't spit out in your sink. Garbage only. Oh, really? Really? Hey, DT is in the building too. Mr. Derek Tuggle's in the building. Look at all these wonderful folks. And can I say thank you to Elise for gracing me with her presence. We got to spend time together when she was here in New York. But these report cards were really, I have not really changed much since I was a child. I sat there and said, Ronald gets along well with adults. He is respectful and experimentative or something like that. Then it says Ronald does not that many close. Oh, he doesn't have that many close relationships in class. His closest friend is Larry, which is my godbrother, and they seem to get along extremely well. This is in 3rd grade. My godbrother that she writes about. Your childhood's work habits. He is a self-starter and uses his time efficiently. He finishes his assignments on time, and he is always well prepared. I mean, hello, that is me. Well, most of the time. And it says your child's improvement in basic skills. Ronald works is generally very good. He could use extra practice reading out loud, which I used to hate. I used to hate speaking. Can you believe it? I was so embarrassed because I just felt like I couldn't speak properly, even though I could speak better than most of my classmates. Then says this child's development on special skills. Ronald enjoys and is very creative in this area. A fine boy. So anyway, that's what I've been discovering, and I've been going through all of these report cards, and I need to get back to shredding. But it was just fascinating how I have not wavered that much from my personality. Has been pretty much the same. It's been consistent. So I have a question. Are you guys pretty much the same as you were when you were children? Or did you make a radical change from where you were as a kid? I have to tell you, I can go through every one of these report cards and they all say the same thing. Yeah. This was in Oh, this must have been Oh, this is in. Oh my gosh, this is in Mr. Garfield. Mr. Gabriel. This is second grade. This is in second grade. Classwork, good. But at times, Ronald doesn't pay attention in class. That's because he was boring. Number 2, it says homework, very good. Behavior, good. Math, good. Reading, good. And says attendance, good. And again, they say he needs to read out loud. Isn't that interesting? And now here I am I'm here talking to you guys all the time. And then obviously my high school newspaper. Look at that. Lisa says, I can't remember myself, but my son make a radical change. He used to be outgoing and talkative. Now you can't get a word out of him if you tried. Interesting. He went reverse. That's interesting. Lisa says, I wonder if my mom still has mine. I would love to see what they said about me at that age. I'm having a moment. I mean, look, this is my diploma from junior high school diploma. It's like, oh yes, junior high school. Then it goes on, and these are some of the things I've been discovering. And y'all want to see something that I'm sharing it because I'm having a good time today. And here is like Adrian's National Safety Council Defense Driving Course, his points. And here's my American Institute of Aeronautics and Astronautics card when I got my when I studied aerospace engineering. Right, I studied aerospace engineering in high school, and there's a bunch of stuff in here. But what was really crazy, and I said, should I share it? Well, my birth certificate, I won't share that. I won't share those papers. My Republican card, my first Republican card. When I first decided to sign up for the election. And man, I hold on to a lot of stuff. And this was interesting. You really can't see me here, but this is my high school ID. I mean, does that look like me? I mean, the lighting was horrible. That was horrible lighting. That was bad photography. And here's my Pan Am ID when I used to work for Pan Am. Look at that. There's me working for Pan Am right out of high school. And then you see my high school picture. I had hair, y'all. I had hair. So, and then my bachelor's degree is encased in this little guy. And but yeah, so this has been a real good trip that I've been going on. And so I challenge everyone to clean out your file boxes and file cabinets. You might find some interesting discoveries among all of the files. And so it has been a journey, and that's probably why I haven't got everything done that I need to have done by today. So because I've been stuck. I see here Kelly A says, I believe I was more outgoing as a child than I am as an adult. Interesting. Mimi says, good morning, Ron and RLP crew. Hey, Mimi. So the question to you guys is, are you radically different from when you were a child? Being that I'm pretty much the same person. The only thing that I am different is I've always been talkative. I remember I told you my godmother used to say that your mouth. I've always been talkative, and I've always been inquisitive. Speaking of today's topic is going to be on do not stop asking questions. That's what we're going to be talking about today. And from the quote from Albert Einstein. So we'll be talking about that today later. But are you guys, how much more different are you than you were when you were a kid? I am curious. I am curious. I am a curious George. I would like to know. Okay, let me see here. Let me make sure that I get these posts up. What are you guys saying? What are you guys saying? Okay. Jamel, are you in the room? Are you different? Are you much different than you were when you were a child? Who else is in the building? Who else is in the building? I can ask that question. Hannah, are you that much different? Elise, are you that much different? Dr. Tachi, are you that much different? Or are you the same? Kimmy says, believe I'm pretty much the same. Yeah. Mimi says, basically same, but more reserved. That's interesting. Now, if we were in a group setting and in a circle hanging out, I would say, well, why are you more reserved? Because one question begets another question, right? Forgive the sirens. It's New York, and I have no curtains. Jamel says, totally night and day. Really? Wow. Yeah. Because, some folks go through different life situations and it changes them. Lisa says, did YouTube block my comment? What did you say? So far, all your comments have come through. I saw your last comment was about your son. Your last comment, Lisa, was about your son. That I can see here. Hide current comment. Why is that saying hide? Why does it say that? No, we don't want to hide any comments. No hiding comments. Well, here's one. Jazzy says, I think I'm in the same in a lot of ways and also a lot different in many ways. Ooh, Jazzy, that was quite poetic. That was poetic. I think I'm in the same in a lot of ways and also a lot different in many ways. That was poetic. And Mimi says, because I took more chances in my younger years. Ooh. This is something that I realize that as we get older, we take less chances. And quite frankly, we should be taking more chances. We still should be taking chances. We should be launching ourselves into things that make us uncomfortable. Like being here every day. When I first started, Gwendolyn will tell you, it was uncomfortable for me to come on live every day. Right? But the thing that is the most uncomfortable and you really want to do it, you grow a new tentacles in that area, in that subject, in that thought process. You become better. And man, I tell you, it is a blessing to be my neighbor the other day, on Saturday, she walked up to me and she says, Ron, I can't believe you are going to sell your apartment and you are sticking to it. Whoa, one of my mentors is in the building. Holy moly, it's Mr. Seth. Man, Seth, if you want to come on, you are more than welcome to come on. Seth says, I don't care about anything, and I'm on camera live daily. Seth is in the building, y'all. Seth is in the building. One of my favorite people in the world. And really, I contribute a lot of me being a photographer today and on the level that I am is because of Seth. I used to run across the street at lunchtime every day. Every time they had a workshop, I was there every day, taking notes. Every guest taking notes. Right, Seth? That was me. Seth, check out Seth. He's an amazing photographer. And he does like all the photographers for horror movies and like all those scary places. He does these amazing photographs. Anyway, check out Mr. Seth and Maranata. He is amazing, aka Last Witness, and you can find him on. You can find him definitely on Twitch and Discord and a bunch of other places. He is an amazing dude. But yeah. Lisa says, I got detention and an ass whooping. Kimmy says, that is true. Step out your box. But as you look back, you might say, I did some crazy stuff, unsafe stuff I would not do today. So I was talking to my buddy in Namibia, and I called him up and said, you know what? When I come to Namibia, we can add he's a tour guide, and he gives tours throughout Namibia, Botswana, Zimbabwe, South Africa, those places, the southern region of Africa. And he was my tour guide on my first photography adventure when I went to go to live in Africa in the southern region. He was my first tour guide to do that. And he helped, he led the whole tour, and we became friends. So when I go back to Namibia, I'm going to stay with him. And I said, wait a minute, we can combine our gifts. I can create a photographer's safari tour and then offer it like to people that want to come from America and come to Africa. And there's nothing like photographing the wildlife and the landscapes of Namibia. It is the oldest desert on earth. It has the highest dunes in the world. And it has a lot of the wildlife you see in Central Africa or up in Botswana and Zimbabwe. You can now see all of those animals like the elephants that are in Namibia are smaller because of less vegetation. So they live on a desert. And so you get these great, beautiful dunes in the background, and you see the sun reflecting. It is the great photography it's the best photography of landscapes, and the landscapes combining it with wildlife. So I told him, I pitched it to him on Saturday morning. I said, you, my friend, I think while I'm there, this is a way to get work. I got to work. Even though I sell my apartment, I can't just live off. I want to make sure I save my wealth. So when I go there, I want to work, and I want to do photography tours and invite photographers to Namibia, and those that are interested in landscapes, culture, and wildlife. And so I'll be working on that project. That is one of the projects I'll be working on. And Jamel Shabazz is in the building. And Jamel, I will tell you, I've been talking about you. Your ears must be ringing, because part of the reason of me selling my apartment and stealing away back to Africa is that I can now take time to finally put my two books together. One will be street photography, and the other will be my travels. And I've been to a lot of great places and photographed a lot of great places, photographs that no one has ever seen before. You've seen some of them. And so Jamel always said, Ron, he says, you must get your book. You must get your book. And we know it's hard for we photographers that do this full time to put together a book while you are working full time. Because you're trying to pay the mortgage, you're trying to pay the rent, you're trying to pay the maintenance, you're trying to pay your bills, you're trying to go from client to client. You just don't have the bandwidth to do a book. Well, I'm going to steal away. I'll be in Africa, and I will use my time in Africa to do what Ian Reed has told me to do, and Jamel has told me to do. These amazing photographers, their work is in museums, their works are in galleries, their works is around the world. And Jamel says, he goes, all right, sounds great, make it happen. So going overseas, and I will now be able to sort out all my photos, put them into categories, and then come up with something that I think would be presentable and that people would want to purchase and look at and learn from the books I create. So I'm not going over. I mean, I'm not just selling my apartment just to be, just living off the hog of the proceeds. No, it is to spend time to get this book together. That is one of the objectives. I see Hannah says, I ran out of space as a dinner for my mother-in-law. I had to speak and mention I was a bit shy. A cousin-in-law shouted out, if you are shy, the whole world is your stage. It is. Today's Motivation Monday. So let's motivate. I want to motivate you. Remember, we all have to start somewhere. And when I started as a photographer, as in taking this thing serious as a professional, I was just starting out. And I made every effort. Having Seth in here reminded me, I made every effort to learn. Going through these report cards that I've been looking at all weekend as I'm going through and clearing out my file cabinets reminded me that I've always been a curious person. I want to learn. I want to know more. And I want to try new things. So my neighbor I was mentioning, she said to me, she says, I am so proud of you. And I was like, what do you mean you're so proud of me? She lives like four flights down. She and her husband. And she says, you said you were going to do it, and you're doing it. Most people say they're going to do it, and they never do it. So I will challenge you all on this Motivation Monday. If there is a type of photography you are interested in, go and try it. And keep trying. Keep trying. One of the things I was able to do, you see that elephant on the wall back there? That gets a lot of play when I go. It's a matter of fact, this photo back, you can't really see it clearly, but that photo back there is going to be in an exhibition in a couple of weeks. And with some other photos that I took. But I knew I had a dream, and I always wanted to be a real photographer, as they say, a real photographer. And the opportunity came up, and I was able to execute. I was able to go across the street every day at lunchtime to learn photography from the folks at Adorama, Dan and Seth, right? Daniel and Seth. They were there every day sharing and teaching. And then when I became, I started getting clients. And then I was new in getting clients. And then I would run into the store and say, I need a diffuser. I mean, is this the right? Am I doing this right? Don't stop asking questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. No matter how good you are, there's always room for questions. No matter how many opportunities and magazines you may have your work in, you will always have questions. There's always questions to get to a next level. There's always questions to try a new genre. Questions. And then all you guys, a lot of you guys in here that you say you like photography, that's why you're around here. That's why you participate. Most of the people are out work doing their thing today. Charlene's in the building. Good morning, Charlene. Good to see you, Charlene. But don't be afraid to ask questions. And don't forget to be childlike. A lot of times when we get older, we lose that childhood energy. The childhood energy that says, ooh, I want to try that. Ooh, I've never been on a sliding board before, but I'm going to get on that sliding board and I'm going to slide down. Whee! Don't be afraid to stop dreaming. Start dreaming more. Anthony Rowland says, and he's an amazing photographer. He says, a safari is a dream vacation for me. So guess what, Antonio? When I'm in Namibia, you better reach out because we can make it happen. We can make it happen. I said, I am going to go to Africa and these other places. I'll eventually be in Costa Rica, Portugal, and Spain. I'm going to visit all my friends in the next year and a half. That's what I'm doing. Backpacking grandpa with my camera gear, my backpack, and traveling the world and visiting my friends, paying them rent for their rooms, living out their houses. And if there's work to be found in these countries, maybe stay a while and work. Gotta get a work visa. But anything's possible. Nothing is impossible to you. You say, oh, I'm too old. Look, I'm 61 years old and I'm trying something new. Failure is not an option. You just got to keep doing it. Keep doing it. Aya says, Grand Rising, Ron and everyone. Exploring and visiting New York City a little bit. Yes, Aya, you and I have to connect. It's time we got to do a lunch. We got to do lunch. You're in New York. You know what I say. If you're visiting New York, we got to get together. You can't come to my town and I can't, and we don't hang out. Why does it keep saying hide current comments? No, I don't want to hide anything. Don't want to hide anything. Okay. So anyway, it is time for our Motivation Monday quote of the day. Let me see if I am almost. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Are we ready? Are we ready to be encouraged? Are we ready for some motivation on this Motivation Monday? Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let me present my screen to you all you photographers out there, all you creatives out there. This is what the message is for this week. I hope you are inspired by it. Okay, let's get this on the screen nice and large. First of all, this is for those that don't know where this is from my Patreon page. And for all those, thank you guys for the Patreon folks who support what we do here. Without the Patreon community, we could not do what we do. So thank you. And if you want to become a Patreon member, go to patreon.com and click on the Ron Lewis photos. And there we will be and become a Patreon member. She says, so motivated already. Kim says, so motivated already, Ron. I woke up this morning and said, I have nothing to say. But then I realized I got a whole lot to say. So here we go. Do not stop asking questions. On this Motivation Monday, Albert Einstein said, learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Let's go on. Asking questions is vital for learning, creativity, and personal growth. Here are some reasons to never stop asking questions. Questions help you discover new things and expand your knowledge. Albert Einstein said, the important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its reason for existence. Number 2, questions challenge your assumptions and help you see things from different perspectives. When I ask questions, I am putting myself in a position to learn. Learn how others are feeling. Learn how others are thinking. Learn how others are motivated. Learn how others pursue their career, pursue their photography, pursue questions, right? Ask questions. Here it goes. Ask why not can inspire you to try new ideas and experiment with possibilities. I see Jazzy says, I would like to reward that failure is an option and it is okay because I rather try and fail than always wonder. Failure is a part of life. It's how we grow. Thank you, Jazzy Jazz. Yes, that was from the great Jazz. Jazzy Speaks. Here we go on, right? The next one. What about this? Questions facilitate discussion and communication with others, something that we lack in the 21st century. We have social media, but we're less social, right? We have social media, but we're less social. We need to have discussions. We need communication with each other. By asking questions, you can show interest, empathy, and respect for other people's opinions and experiences. You can also learn from their insights and feedback. One of the things I like to do when I am in my networking mode, as in I am out networking and I'm in the networking circle and I'm representing the Manhattan Chamber of Commerce as an ambassador to that chamber. And when I'm working the room, as they say, I'm asking lots of questions. I'm not telling them about if they want to know about me, I tell them about me. But I want to know about them. What makes you great in a social environment is asking questions. You want to know how to work the room in a networking event? Ask questions. Go up to people. How are you? How are you feeling today? What are you do? What services are you sharing? What did you find out about this gathering? Ask questions. And when you ask questions, people feel included. They feel like they're important. They feel significant. Next one. And if you can chime in, anyone can chime in at any time. Questions demonstrate your desire to learn and improve yourself. Right? Educated people respect those who are curious and willing to learn. Asking questions can also help you find mentors and role models who can guide you in your journey. I still don't make use of, I still don't do this enough. Like, I should be all in Jamel Shabazz's brain. I probably should be more in Seth's brain. You know, I mean, all the people that I know that are photographers that have been doing this for ages and have and they're accomplished and they've done amazing work. I should be in their brains. I should be making use of my time and my friendship with them, learning from them. I don't do it enough. That is one of my flaws that I need to continue to nurture. To say, hey, I do it, but I need to do it more. Educated people respect those who are curious and willing to learn. Asking questions can also help you find mentors and role models who can guide you in your journey. Next, questions help you verify the accuracy and reliability of information. If you ask questions, if we ask questions, we solidify the knowledge that we have learned. We know it with strength because, remember, like I always say, if you're going to say something from these social media streets or these platforms, verify with minimum three resources. Keep asking questions on that subject, researching it on that particular subject, so that way you know it. That when you have my buddy and I we get into it all the time. And he'll try to prove me wrong all the time. And I will tell him, and most of my friends will tell you, I am not going to say a word about a particular subject unless I've already got resources already lined up. Because that's how I was taught. That's from schooling. That's from teaching. That's when you learn to resource. You need to source your information. When I studied business law, I had to know the cases to prove the law case that I'm trying to prove. What is my consensus? When I was doing business law, and it was called business aviation law, and I had to do business law. And I had to prove my case, but it couldn't be, oh, this is my opinion. I had to go to other cases that were won by through the Supreme Court or through some court or judicial system. The Mark and versus such and case, the Walmart versus such and such, or Foot Locker versus such and such, or all these cases that are out there. You have to use your resources to present your facts. It's not enough to have your opinion. It is important that you resource, but you only get the resources by asking questions. Mimi says facts. Mimi says facts. Mimi says I need to do that more as well. Who's with me? We got mentors in our lives. We have people that are more experienced than us. How many of us don't take the time and effort to just connect with people, and they will be happy that you asked them? When the first time I hung out with Jamel Shabazz, and because he's in the building today, I had lots of questions. I was like, well, what do you do? How do you do? And then I observed him. I learned his style, how he was interacting with people. I was taking mental notes all over the place. I didn't want to assume this is what he does. No, I was seeing him in action. That's how we learn. Okay, in conclusion, It's time to get our day started. In conclusion, as you can see, asking questions is a powerful way to enhance your life and the life of others. So don't be afraid to ask questions and keep your mind open to the answers. You never know what you might find out. Right? Isn't that truth? Isn't that truth? Food Plane is in the building. He says, Ron, hello, Ron. DS here. I'm late to the party. Better late than never. He also says, whether you're just starting out or already seasoned, asking questions is what keeps your curiosity alive, your skills sharp, and your path meaningful. Thank you, Food Plane. Oh, he has more to say. In any field, whether it's culinary, creative, or technical, asking the right questions builds credibility and connection. Thank you. Look at that. Food Plane just came in the building and said, I'm going to add my 2 cents. More like 25 cents, like a quarter. He did it. So guys, this week, let it be first in your mind. Let it be first thought. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Your questions are your lifeline. Your questions are your lifeline to your future. Okay, guys, there you have it. So as you see, it's time for a couple of announcements right here. First of all, if you want to join, stay curious and stay informed, join my email list today. News services, updates, industry news, monthly trends, be in the know. Number 2, event photography. That's what I do. I do portraits, I do headshots, I do that other stuff. But mainly I do event photography, mainly for corporations. So if you know a company or you have friends that have a company or they're working for a company and they're having a big event, say, hey, do you have a photographer for your event? You need to call this brother Ron. You need to call him. So event photography, share your event story, share their event story. And also, that's it. Thank you, Patreon members. Again, like I said earlier, your support helps us create amazing content. I appreciate the Patreon community. And again, if you are part of the Patreon community, you will find everything that we talk about. Everything is on the Patreon feed. All of our Tip Tuesdays, all of our Motivation Mondays, they are on the Patreon page for our paying members. For the paying members, right? And you can go through and look at all of this stuff in detail. And it's all in one place. Okay. Any questions? Any Any last statements? Any last remarks? Jazzy sends applause. I see that. Aya sends applause. I see that. I see the hellos between y'all. Excellent. And if you are in the building, make sure you hit the likes. That's how YouTube understands everything. The algorithms. Okay, so tomorrow is our Tip Tuesday. We'll do some photography tips. And so stay tuned for that tomorrow. And then after that, I don't know what is going to be happening because I will not be in this space because everything is being torn down tonight. And the painters come in and they will begin painting, patching up, and getting this apartment ready to be sold. And so they will be here this week painting the house. And Bryson says, don't forget, tonight is Gotham TV Awards on Variety YouTube page. Thank you, Bryson. And Hannah says, thoroughly enjoyed today. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you for always supporting every one of you. I see Anthony with the applause. Okay, guys. I think that's it. It's time to go. Guys, have a great day. It's 12:01. We're on time. Okay, guys. Love you and have a great day. Hello, and thank you for joining us today. Make sure you hit the like, the subscribe, and leave a comment on this video. I would love to hear from you. Thank you again. Until I see you next time.